What is up, MMA fans? This is Tudor Leonte for Sherdog here. And today, once again, I have the pleasure to talk with one heavyweight fighter and multiple-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion, Mr. Marcus Buchecha Almeida. Hello, Marcus. Welcome back on Sherdog. How are you today?
Hello everyone. Great to be back. Feeling really good. Fight week. Let's go.
From the background, I'm guessing that you're already in the one bubble, right? You're already in Singapore.
Yes, I got here. Today is Tuesday. I got here Saturday night, so it's been a couple of days. And
How was your flight?
It was good. Long flight. Came from Florida, so it's a long on the other side of the planet, but it's all good.
Well, at least you have time to adjust from jet lag, right?
Yeah. 1 week before is like plenty of time to adjust, to feel good with the jet lag. So I don't have problem with that. I travel a lot to compete since a long time, so I'm really used to the jet lag.
Yeah, I mean, you already did it once, right? So you're already getting accustomed to it, right?
Yeah. I did like a couple weeks ago, being honest, like September. So it hasn't been really long. So I knew exactly what to expect. So the second time right now, it's been much easier than the first time.
Before we talk about that and your amazing MMA debut, I saw you in the backstage at the PFL Championships event earlier, actually last month, I believe.
Yeah.
I guess you were there for your training partner, Antonio Carlos Jr., right?
Yes, I was there. He was he's my training partner, but he's my big friend, actually my roommate.
Ooh.
I'm living with him because I went to Florida to live with him to train with everyone. So, and he was in the final for sure. I would be there. He asked me to be there and corner him, helping him. So I did all his camps with him since he got in the PFL. So the final day for sure I would be there and supporting him and watching him to get the check and the belt home.
Well, he won that night after submitting Martin Hamlet via first round submission. I believe it was a rear naked choke, if I'm not wrong. I mean, the result speaks for itself, but I would like to hear your opinion on that match, if you would like to share with us.
Man, being honest, I wasn't surprised because he's so tough. Sapato is one of toughest guys that I train, and he's one of the toughest guys in American Top Team. He's like really good, and he was taking this really serious. After he left UFC, he was like a new guy, much better fighter, like much better person, and much like way more motivated. So it was like a really new beginning for him. He got like the chance for PFL, and he made sure that he would make it count. And like you said, the results speak for itself. He made it count, and he got the belt, he got the money, and but since when he signed with the PFL, I knew he would win. I don't know why, but he had everything. He was motivated. He was training hard. He was good with his head, so it was good. I'm really happy for him. I felt like the same happiness that I'm getting the belt. You know, like a friend, so close friend getting the belt, was so happy to watch and to be part of that. So he's one of the guys that really deserve the best.
Well, his performance in the PFL was outstanding. And the same way it was your MMA debut and your first fight under the One Championship banner. You actually looked pretty confident in your MMA debut. But my curiosity here is did you feel comfortable inside the cage? Did you feel at ease, once you were locked inside the circle?
Man, being honest, like I was really curious to see, to feel how I would like react once I step in the cage. So being honest, I was really nervous. Like when I'm on the way to the arena and like kind of like wrapping my hands, that's when I got like most nervous. And but once I start warming up, when I was ready to go, when I put my gear and okay, you next. When I was on deck, I was like so calm and I was like ready to go and do the job. So somehow that's why I was so confident. So I didn't do any mistake. I didn't rush. I didn't like, I was really confident. So the, I felt pretty good. So was better than I expected, being honest.
You said that you were a little bit nervous, which is actually understandable considering that, you know, you are transitioning to another, another sport. What was going through your mind? I'd like to know, you said that when they were wrapping your hands, you got a little bit nervous. What was going through your mind at that moment?
Oh, being honest, like if I don't feel nervous, that's when something is wrong, right? So if I feel that, that was something that normal. Like I didn't feel that in the fight week, so was good. Just in the fight day, I was feeling that, and it was exactly the same thing that I was feeling if I used to feel for jiu-jitsu competition, the big day. You know, it's that thing that you have to deal with yourself. That's how I always like to deal with myself, because of course once you get there you like a different guy when you step in the cage. It was exactly the same thing when I got in the car, like oh my god, like I'm really nervous, a lot of doubts in my head. Oh, can I perform, can I do everything that I train? But of course the doubt is like something that you have to deal with, that we deal with that, right? So then I like to have a conversation with myself and try to understand why I'm doing this, right? So I have to find the right reasons. So I don't fight this. I'm not doing this because of my team, for my friends, for my parents. I'm doing this because I want. That's why I want to challenge myself. That's something that I choose to do for my life. So then I start realizing why. I find the reasons, I find the answers. Then everything start making sense. Then all the nervous when the nervous, all the feeling, the bad feeling start fading away and becoming like excitement. And you know what, I really want to do that. Let's go, let's do work. Then the feeling change, flip it. And then when I walk to the cage, I'm like, you know what, let's do it. Like I want to show like everything that I trained for. So that's kind of like what goes through my mind.
Your confidence showed in the result of your fight at One Championship Revolution. You submitted, via North-South choke, Anderson Braddock Silva. When did you know that you had him? Like, when did you actually understand that Silva was going to tap to your choke?
Being honest, after I get like the choke, this is a kind of choke that you don't set up, right? Right when you get it, you feel. And when I got the north south, I felt that was really tight. But of course, it's MMA, so I didn't squeeze it right away because I want to make sure that I got like the second hand. But just with the first hand, for like a jiu-jitsu guy, when you get the first hand in, it's done, right? The second hand is like pretty much just to help. So when the first hand was in, like I locked really tight. I said, "Oh my god, I got it." And then I didn't rush anything. I wait for the right moment. When I locked hands together, then I knew he was going to tap it, because I felt like really under his chin. You know, I felt like he put the chin in a little bit, but when the choke is like really on, even with the chin on, it's still gonna like choke, hurt, and to be like choke. You know.
Did you miss perhaps a little bit the grip? You know, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's easy to, to take your opponent's gi and have a really to squeeze it and to take advantage of that grip the gi gives you. Did you miss that feeling?
No, because like I haven't trained in a gi in a while. Because of course I love to train with the gi, but I'm just focusing on gi right now. I'm training so much grappling, and I'm not feeling like this, like lost without the grips. I feel really confident. My no gi not never been so good because I never train so much. I usually train no gi for like just for the competition. Like ADCC is coming, okay, so I take the gi off, train like for 8 weeks, and fight to the biggest no gi grappling no gi tournament of the world, right? So I train like 8 weeks. Guys are training their whole life for that.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing.
Yeah, so like, but I'm a gi fighter, right? So I just fight no gi because I like to test myself. And now like I'm fighting MMA. That's the same thing because I'm a fighter. I think that's a fighter is about. That's test myself in every aspect, like gi, no gi, MMA. So I think a real fighter is about that. That's how I see it.
You are now scheduled to face Ji Won Kang at the upcoming event on December the 3rd. How did you prepare for your opponent's striking?
He's really dangerous. He's a really dangerous guy. He got like heavy hands, got knockout power. And I train like a lot, especially because he's a softball. So I train with a lot of different like partners, a lot of good softball partners, a lot of heavyweight. So something that I don't want to get like surprised because of the stance. But there I train with like really tough guys in American Top Team every single day from the biggest organizations. So I'm really lucky to have like these training partners and the coaches that I have, and everyone get me so ready for the situation, not just this one, but any situation coming ahead. So I think that's one of the things that gave me a lot of confidence too. The team behind me and the training partners and the coaches.
You two were supposed to fight at One on TNT 2 in April before the matchup fell off the card due to your opponent's injury. Is Kang a name you really looked forward to face, considering that the fight has been rescheduled to the upcoming One Winter Warriors?
If he looked forward to me.
If you really wanted to face him.
Being honest, I don't choose opponents. Like whoever they send me, I accept it because it's such a tough division, and we don't have where to go. We don't have where to choose. You know what I mean? So we are in a situation that any name is gonna be a big name. It's gonna be a tough fight, and my opponent got changed like 3 times for this fight.
Ooh.
And so when they say would be him, of course I accept it because otherwise I wouldn't fight for sure. You know what I mean? So supposed to be Rug, then change for the European guy, Thomas, right? And then change again for, so was a fight that kept changing a lot. So I never know. I really want to know, like, I really know when I'm fighting, who I'm fighting, because every fight is like keep dropping. So I don't really expect like the first name anymore because I know it can be like changing so much.
Well, hopefully this fight will happen. We are still a few days ahead of your fight, but I believe we should be okay this time. I know that you were dealing with this kind of issues already in the past. For MMA debut, your opponent's name kept changing before your MMA debut. How come do you think that it's happening?
How I deal with that?
Yeah, sorry, my question. Sorry, perhaps let me rephrase that. Your opponent's name kept changing for your MMA debut. Why do you think it happens?
Why? I don't know. They said they got hurt, so they probably training hard for the fight, and they probably got hurt. So that's what they said. So I think so. It's a heavyweight division, you know. It's really easy to get hurt. So nobody can say that it's not.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, Marcus, thank you again for your time. Do you have any last message?
No, I just would like to say thanks everyone. I got a lot of support from a lot of fans, and of course, of the whole jiu-jitsu community got my back. So I appreciate that. Thanks everyone, and a lot of people from MMA now start kind of like giving me support too, and just feels really good. You know, people recognize my work and appreciate like all the effort that we put in inside the cage. So that's something that makes me feel like really happy about it. So thank you everyone. Thanks my sponsors. Thanks my teams. Thanks everyone who made part of that since my early days when I was like kid until now. Everyone, if you made part of that, you know I'm talking to.
It's always a pleasure to talk with you. Thank you again. Best of luck with your upcoming fight, and hopefully I will hear again from you in the future. Have a nice day.
All
Bye-bye.
right, sounds good. You too. Take care. Bye bye.